Hi, I'm Melanie LeBlanc, a student in HRPO 1302, and this is my video recording for the Training Development ADDIE project. I'm going to do my best. This has been challenging, but there's a lot of information to be learned. Let's see if I can do this in 5 minutes or less. Per your instructions, video record a narrated 5-minute PowerPoint presentation, reflection on how you completed the project and what you learned during the process. I began thinking about my new job. I started a new job on August 24th, and everything that happened thus far, is in relation to this training process. um, I just kept finding fault in everything that they were doing because I was reading my book and reading your lesson plan, and I couldn't hear them foreseeing them. First of all, there was no orientation. There was no proper training. It was self-start. The orientation actually was, I met in the kitchen, and it's a pretty large company. It's pretty large. They have 3 locations: Houston, Dallas, Austin, and Oklahoma. No, I'm sorry. Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Oklahoma, and Baton Rouge. So it's a pretty large company. But the orientation covered insurance benefits, when you would be eligible for insurance, and they give you a handbook, a printed out handbook to read and learn how the company is run. But there were no specifics or specs for my job description. She never handed me a job description. I was released into my department. They showed me where I would be sitting, and I said, okay, you go to this screen and you click on this button, then you go to this screen and you click on this button, and then you look at the work orders, and you want to check to make sure that each order is balanced. Got it? I'm like, okay, I think I have it. There was no formality. There was no instructions. Where are these papers coming from? How are they generated? Where are they going? What happens next? Why am I doing this? There was no clarity. Just do this. There's no ifs, whats, why, how comes, or anything. And so while I'm in this class and I'm reading on training and development, there was no training. There's no development. In fact, the 2 ladies that are training me seem to be retaining information for their own use. They're not feeding me the information. I have to ask for everything, and they're at liberty to say, well, you're not ready, just, give us a little while. And there is a need for training. There is a need for an entire accounting department training. There's no organization. They're just getting it done as fast as they can. So I came up with some bullet points for improving, improvement recommendations for possible future implementations. What I said is that I would strongly recommend that all new hires be oriented in relation to their specific job description and department. In my opinion, without this information, without proper training, you are being set up for failure. Okay? Like I said, I use my job to come up with completing this assignment. And I'm getting lost here. Give me a moment. Brain freeze. It appears that this company, HR department, expect that after some time, an employee should have the ability to respond to any question, to give you directives. And I'm sure that after a while, repetitiveness, you learn from doing things over and over again. But I would be more comfortable with proper training, telling me why. I just think it's a setup for failure without proper training, without proper orientation. I sent an email to a newly hired supervisor and said, "Hi, I'm a new set of eyes here and doing the work that I'm doing. I'm not understanding why this, and this is happening. And also, just because someone knows their job really well doesn't mean that they're able to train someone." And I was called into the department manager's office. Okay, I was called in waves, but my bullet points would be for the department to conduct process training. That means to evaluate the need for staff training, management as well. Conduct conduct process walkthroughs. That means question everything that is being done. Question all of the processes. Is there duplication efforts? Are you and I doing the same thing? Are you checking behind me? What? We're not going forward like this. Also, use best practices. That means to check employee morale. My morale right now is really low. I'm going to be successful at this job simply because I've taken this class, I'm in this class, and I'm going to be able to utilize this information that I'm learning at this company when I am in an HR position. And I will be an HR worker. I will be working for HR sooner than later. And just seeing this, the way this operation is going in my department is a stepping stone for learning for me. I think to measure what is being done, they should establish a process metric. How many invoices are being processed? How many data lines are you entering, line items are you entering a day? How many corrections are being made? How long is it taking to process, say, 100 invoices? Do we know this? What is the time frame? Ultimately, me looking at this company, they are probably going to outsource the payroll department. In fact, the department where I'm working, I'm thinking that in the future they're going to outsource that just because of the process. That would be a way of cutting money or cutting costs, saving the company money. Anyway, this has been fun. I've been uncomfortable recording myself, talking about my classwork, but it's also a stepping stone for me to learn and to express what I've learned. And I've learned quite a bit. It holds my attention. It's just that I have so much to do. But Professor Kidd, again, let me thank you for all your help, your assistance, your patience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am really trying. And once what I'm going to do is attach this to YouTube so that I can attach it to my assignment paperwork so that I can submit it to you. Anyway, have a good fall season. I love the fall. Bye.